Ohio State. Ohio State, coached by Ryan Day.
Juggernaut.
Go ahead, coach.
I was saying the juggernaut.
Ohio State, 11-1 overall, 8-1 in conference play. Lost the Peach Bowl to Georgia on a crazy last-second miss by the kicker. Lost C.J. Stroud to the NFL draft. Lost Jackson Smith and Jigba to the draft. They Marvin Harrison Jr. returns. Emeka Ibuka returns. Mayan Williams returns. Had the 14th total defense under Jim Knowles, the D coordinator came over from Oklahoma State. They have the 14th passing offense, but again, like I've said, C.J. Stroud is gone. Hopefully, Marvin Harrison and Emeka Ibuka and Julian Fleming can help bolster that, help their quarterback. I'm gonna go to Ty. Go ahead, Ty.
A few things about Ohio State. They still got Trey Henderson. They recruited a bunch of wide receivers and got a 4-star wide receiver. I don't know why they get all these wide receivers. They had a great recruiting class. Also, they had a great transfer class. So they always had it every year anyway, so it don't matter.
Go ahead, Trent.
Yeah, big nugget for me is the offensive coordinator hire of Brian Hartline being promoted, NFL wide receiver. They're going to want to absolutely sling that thing, as Ty already kind of touched on. They have quarterback Kyle McCord potentially starting for them, and McCord and Marvin Harrison were high school teammates at St. Joe Prep in PA. So that's that connection already. And then to add to that, they have Julian Fleming, how do you say his last name? Agujba,
Emeka Ibuka.
Yeah, Ibuka. So 2 wide receivers that are probably going to go in the top 15 in the draft, with the addition of Julian Fleming still being there, who was a 5-star recruit. And Ty mentioned on Tate, he's a 5-star recruit, another wide receiver. So Ohio State has very obvious plans to throw the ball, and that's what they're going to do.
All right, and coach.
Piggyback right off the trend. I think they're going to come out this year and they're going to air the ball out. A lot of their points, let's say they drop 60, 40 something of that might be from the air. Like their quarterback may leave a lot of games with like 5-6 touchdowns passing. If the running back gets touchdowns, they might come in garbage time, or if penalty, so they just happen to be in goal line formation, or red zone formation for them to run the ball in. But I think Ohio State this year is going to come out and make a very big statement throwing the football.
All right, so Ohio State boisters the 4th overall recruiting class. So great recruiting job by Ryan Day and the fellas. We're going to hop into the schedule. They play at Indiana. As previously explained, I have Ohio State taking the W. Go ahead and go. I think Ty, it's on you.
OSU.
Trent.
Ohio State.
And coach.
Ohio State.
From Indiana, we go to Youngstown State at home, which this is probably going to be 100 points if they decide not to. If they be generous, it'll be 60-70. If they decide to kill them because they're in state, it's going to be 100. Give me Ohio State. Go ahead, Ty.
Ohio State.
Trent.
Ohio State.
And coach.
State for 72 points.
From Youngstown State, we also stay home versus Western Kentucky, which I'm going to go Ohio State. Go ahead, Ty.
Ohio State.
Go ahead, Trent.
Give me Ohio State.
And coach.
Ohio State.
From Western Kentucky, we have what may be a game of the year at Notre Dame. I'm going to go Notre Dame in this game. Sam Hartman can boister a Notre Dame team who needed a quarterback last year, had a great defense, no offense, had a stud running back, no quarterback played. Sam Hartman comes. I think he makes Notre Dame a contender. Give me Notre Dame. Go ahead, Ty.
I have Notre Dame winning also.
Go ahead, Trent.
Ohio State.
And coach.
Hey, didn't they say that same thing last year?
No.
This is the game to watch, and it
was a good game last year for sure.
Notre Dame was supposed to beat Ohio State.
I don't know about the second part, but it was a good game to watch. It was defensive. Nobody thought it would be so defensive, but it was a good game.
It was defensive up to that second half when the same head coach for Notre Dame. Same head coach for Notre Dame.
Yeah, Marcus Freeman. This is his second year.
Yep. Give me Ohio State.
This is second year, coach, and he's a defensive coach. I think
he'll get done the same way he got done in his first year.
All right.
The problem wasn't about how Notre Dame played in that game. It was about how they played after.
Look lost in that second half.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, Trent. It was after. Like Notre Dame didn't play bad. They played actually really well. It's just the fumbles with Cal, which they made it close for some reason. They lost to Marshall, and North Carolina was close. So moving on from the Notre Dame game, we go Ohio State versus Maryland at the Horseshoe, which previously stated I have Ohio State. Go ahead, Ty.
Ohio State.
Trent.
Ohio State.
And coach.
Ohio State.
All right, from Maryland, we go to at Purdue against the spoiler makers. You want to watch out if you're ranked top 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 when you play at Purdue. But I think Ohio State take care of business. Give me Ohio State. Excuse me. Go ahead, Ty.
It's not spoiling, that's but milk. I got Ohio State.
Go ahead, Trent.
Give me Ohio State.
And Coach.
Ohio State.
All right, from Purdue, we go to the Horseshoe for another good game. Should be another classic versus Penn State. But give me Ohio State. Go, Ty.
Kills me to say, but Ohio State.
Go ahead, Trent.
Give me Penn State.
Okay, and Coach.
Ohio State.
All right, Trent's the lone wolf here. It's been a minute, Trent. Then we go from Penn State to at Wisconsin and give me Ohio State. Go ahead, Ty.
Ohio State.
Trent.
Give me Ohio State.
And Coach.
Ohio State.
All right, from Wisconsin, we go at Rutgers. Give me Ohio State. Go ahead, Ty.
Ohio State.
Trent.
Ohio State.
And Coach.
Ohio State.
From Rutgers, they go back to the Horseshoe to play my guys at the Horseshoe. And like I said, give me Ohio State. Go ahead, Ty.
Ohio State.
Trent.
Ohio State.
And Coach.
Michigan State's only loss is to Ohio State.
All right, from the Horseshoe against Minnesota, we stay at the Horseshoe versus Minnesota. Massive. From Michigan State to Minnesota at the Horseshoe, give me Ohio State. Go ahead, Ty.
Ohio State.
Trent.
Ohio State.
And Coach.
Ohio State.
All right, and to end the game, end the season again, another should be classic for Ohio State at the Big House versus Michigan. As previously stated, give me Ohio State. Go ahead, Ty.
Give me Michigan.
Go ahead, Trent.
Ohio State.
And Coach.
I'm glad somebody believe in my thing. Give me Ohio State.
All right, so that has me having Ohio State at 11-1 overall, 9-0 in Big Ten play. Which, fun fact, that has me having Ohio State as my Big Ten East winner. Go ahead, Ty.
Got them at 10-2, 8-1.
Trent.
11-1, 8-1.
All right, and Coach.
Undefeated, 12-0.
All right. So from Ohio State, we
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.